Welcome everybody to the new video for our Critter-esque game. Still going through some name changes at the moment. We will be picking up where we left off last time. For those of you who don't know, this is RWD Gaming. I'm Baron. This is an adult game. We're all adults here handling a game in potentially mature manner. So if that upsets you, take off. Tonight I will be joined with a couple new players to this game in a party setting. So if I can go ahead and have Taylor start us off, tell me what you're playing, a little bit about him.
I am Russell, a Sparrow Rogue, and he's a bit of a trickster.
Right on. Philip?
Hey, I'm Philip from Portland, Oregon, and I'm playing Stubbs, who's a rat warlock, and his patron is a queen of bees, previous soldier.
Right on. Jose?
So my name is Jose. I'm from Florida, and I'm playing Tuco, a barbarian squirrel.
Righto. Connor?
Hi, I'm Connor. I was a part of the last stream as well. I'm going to be playing Drake, the bearded dragon bard.
Crowd favorite. And then last, Carson.
Hello, I'm Carson. Don't have a camera, but I will serenade you with my milk chocolate voice. I'm playing a weasel rogue whose name is Randall. I like to think of him as like the character Randall from Recess, or the character Randall from Monsters Incorporated, if you've seen either of those. Cheers.
Randalls are never the kind of people you want to associate with. I think we actually went into that quite
This
a bit.
Randall in particular really enjoys drinking piss.
We're going to try and stay away from the piss this time.
I'm hooked. I need some grog.
Okay, so as of now, there have been tales of the Mossback tribe, a tribe of frogmen, moving up from the south out of their usual territorial domain. They aren't the most savory of the denizens of this setting. They deal in slavery. They are not a just society. It's kind of the strong rule over the weak. Up until probably 5 or 6 years ago, they were ruled by a Lord Slurp. He wasn't the best leader, but at least he was reasonable in accepting trade and passage through his area relatively easily. He was usurped by the now current leader of the Mossbacks, Lord Croak, who is just a bad leader. Connor and Carson, so Randall and Drake, have had an encounter with him that didn't exactly go too well. They were sent unprepared to parley with him and try and come to terms with why he's moving so far north and as close as he is to the Heartlands. In this altercation, the heroes almost became slaves, but with some quick thinking, they managed to escape and rescue some slaves. they returned back to, I have the town name, Hallwort, which is a southern buffer town in between the swamplands and the heartlands. This is a mixed population of critters, so both vermin and critter-esque. So you'll see other weasels and probably not any other bearded dragons, but squirrels for sure, rats for sure, and maybe a sparrow or two. You had talked to like the commissioner, and since then you have been redirected to the administrator or like constable, because Lord Croak is kind of upset that you made off with his slaves, and so he started marching north towards Hallwork. You are to be meeting your party. You have a renown of working together, at least somewhat, in some manner, and we can get to that in a second. But your party has been invited to meet with this constable later this afternoon. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Randall and Drake, you have already kind of been mentioned here, but your current thoughts on the situations and stuff will also be pretty vital. So we can start in the same order that we introduced ourselves in. So Taylor, if you want to kick us off with what Russell's been doing in the time since he's last appeared.
Good to see you again. Oh man, that work for my father was terrible. I'm glad to be back out of that town. How have you guys been?
We've been pretty good. We went up against a frog chieftain. He almost made us the slaves. We freed his slaves instead. It was a pretty fun time.
Sounds pretty fun.
But then, one of the slaves turns out to be a leech. So,
A leech?
yeah,
I
like
forgot
a
about
really
that.
big one.
Oh shit.
Like,
Where's that now?
dead.
Good, good.
Where do you guys think you'd be just talking right now? Are you in an inn or outside? Where would you guys be?
Probably at an inn.
Usually where the
Yeah.
alcohol's at.
It's pretty early. It's like 11.
Yeah, I have Bloody Mary.
Yep.
I don't do some vodka.
I do have a Bloody Mary right now, though. I was actually rubbing my hands together, too, when I said that. That's weird.
So, Russell, you how long have you been in town? How long has it's been a pretty...
I've been here for just a few hours. It was a long stride back from the wildlands.
You fly straight through.
Yeah. Didn't really encounter much. Was able to sneak my way here.
Taylor, some information that you know, since you've been out and about, is this is not the only place where chaos is erupting. There are rumors and tales of bad crops to the west and famine and the large amounts of pestilent bugs. There's a lot of mosquitoes and other blood-sucking pests to the coast and like flies and stuff. There is a lot of shit going on right now. The town of Philip, what's your town's name that got burned down?
We're gonna go ahead and say that was Oak City.
Oak City. So you've seen the cloud on the horizon, but as far as you know, Oak City has been burned to the ground. So that's pretty major. I don't know if that would affect anybody, but if you guys want to go back to
So is
what
everybody
you've
here right
been
now?
up to. Yep, should be, unless one of you doesn't want to be there yet.
Okay.
So I'm sure you guys have all heard about Lord Croak. That guy. Maybe we should do something about him.
He's not very personable.
No, he doesn't like to negotiate. He's not kind of a real bright guy.
I think we can avoid them for now. But there's terrible news. I think Oak City has been burned down.
Oak City, oh my lord.
Yes, I come from there. My patron sent me to go and move her hive as the fire, the conflagration that took Oak City spread. However, I believe they have it contained now, and my patron has sent me. Excuse me. My patron has sent me down here. She spoke of some evil rumblings, evil uprising towards the south, and it sounds like it could be this Lord Croak.
Nah, it's Leech
Philip?
Queen.
Yeah, Philip, in your quest, at some point you had like a vision or something, and it was of your patron, but she looked very pale, very like lack of blood, and as you approached, like hidden in her stripes were leeches sucking her dry.
What did you say about this Leech Queen? King? What is it?
She's the reason that Lord Croak is coming north. There's nothing in the south left for him, so he's coming this way, so that hopefully the land here will be his. Little does he know, the Leech Queen will probably follow him, and probably has been following him for a while, which is where, the thing that turned into the Leech comes from.
Well, it sounds like we need to take this Leech Queen out. And Lord Croak will agree to return to his southern lands. Yes?
Fine idea.
I mean, he might. He might also continue north to try and conquer things anyway.
Perhaps we should talk with him.
No. That went very poorly the last time.
We can talk with this dude. we offered him like the command of vast armies, and he was too stubborn, too proud, too stupid.
Well, then we must rally enough support to take him out. How strong's his force?
Baron, how many did we see at Lord Croak's war camp?
You seen probably like 200 dudes.
Their numbers are somewhere around 200.
This city's population is like roughly 5, so it's a pretty sizable force coming at you. But, like I said, Lord Croak is not the best leader. So, tensions are riding high in the Mossback tribe. Maybe...
Perhaps there's some other Mossback frog we could speak with.
Maybe a lieutenant or a general or something.
A power-hungry frog looking to usurp the Lord.
That's the second in command. We must find
Someone that we can help take over and settle in the south.
He
Is Lord
the
Slurp
Lord.
dead?
Yes, Lord Slurp is dead. All right, where am I?
Damn.
Basically, we're looking for the Lord Croak to Lord Slurp, but to Lord Croak.
Yeah.
Words are complicated.
You're a bard, man.
We're just
I had a
doing the
pencil.
pretty standard toppling regime and inserting our own political leader to make it better for us. Sounds pretty.
The classic United States of America.
We're the good guys.
I lost my pencil, so I'll be right back.
How could this go wrong? It's like it's never gone wrong before.
We're also trying to stop the incarnation of death from coming up north and destroying everything we hold near and dear to our hearts.
What
That's
better?
the Leech Queen. She's the reincarnation of death.
Yes.
Well, what better shield than a bunch of frogs?
Yeah, we need to take her out and get as many allies as we can.
Yeah, we've killed a god before.
What? We've killed a god before? Well, we have, I guess.
Yeah, the wolf.
A
Yeah,
ghost
that
of
old
a
guy,
god.
remember?
A ghost of a god. I wouldn't want to deal with the real deal. That was just an image.
I wouldn't want to deal with it either, but it doesn't seem like we got much of a choice.
I think if we planned a terrorist attack on on the frogs, and then
What's their biggest building?
we blame it on the Leech Queen.
I don't want to strap a bomb to myself.
So has Tuco spoken up at all?
Yes, it's something.
I was waiting. But he's going to turn around and say, this Lord Croak sounds like the guy who might have taken my tribe. So if it leads to killing him and getting my people back, I'm ready.
We will take all of the sport we can possibly get. Welcome to the group.
All right, so maybe if we can try and overthrow Lord Croak, make an alliance with the second in command, give him the power, we can unite forces and try and fight the Leech Queen together.
And at this moment, the door swings open to the tavern, and a squirrel walks in. This squirrel is a red squirrel like Tuco, but his fur is significantly more grayed. His whiskers are real bushy, but kind of wispy now. He wears a monocle. He has like the standard getup of like the Heartland platoon. He's got a couple medals. To anyone who is familiar with this town, this would be recognized as Constable Riverton. And he approaches your table, sits down, and kind of out of breath. Well, I take it you're the ones that, and he's kind of pointing at Drake primarily, and maybe points at Stubbs mistakenly for Randall. You two must be the ones that fucked up the parley with Lord Croak.
That ain't nothing.
Firstly, it was fucked before we got there. Secondly, it wasn't the mouse. It was that guy. And I pointed at Randall.
I'm just giving you shit, mate. There was no
Hey, I'm not
parley
a
with...
mouse. I'm a rat.
Your time's over, old man. Get out of here.
That's racist. There was no parleying with... I don't know why the commissioner sent you on that little adventure there. But you managed to make off with a couple slaves, even if the one was a messenger for... What did you call it? The Leech Queen?
That is exactly what I called it, yes.
Well, boys, since you are pretty much the freshest ideas we have in town, what do you think we should do about this Lord Croak fella?
So far, we've come up with a grand total of one plan.
Lay it on me, mate.
Well, the plan is to take out Lord Croak and insert the second in command on the condition that he would help us fight against the Leech Queen.
Well, that kind of sounds like you're going to be sneaking back in there, my friend.
Yeah, but I took down 12 guys by myself the last time. Randall helped some.
And they have me now.
We have the whole team right here. Last time
The
it was only
Avengers
two.
have assembled.
Maybe a distraction or an ambush of some sort.
An ambush or distract on our end?
Yes. We set up some sort of trap for Lord Croak.
Well, I can rally a small platoon of soldiers, nothing compared to his forces, maybe 30, 40 men.
We need maybe people. Do you have any mounted soldiers?
No, Hallwart isn't exactly the most successful town there, laddie.
Yeah, I guess.
We got some pretty good footmen. The real old selling point of Hallwart is it's one of the gates into Heartland.
How are your archers?
Well, now you're talking our language, mate. Our archers are pretty damn good.
Well, if we have a few tens of them stationed in trees where we drag Lord Croak's military force through, we could thin it out quite a bit. Maybe even get him.
I see. I like where you're going. Does anyone else have any ideas?
Well, we have a couple of rogues in the group. There's always the old-fashioned, silent kill. Maybe.
I like that idea better. The go in and take them out. If we can just get in there and talk to one of the frogs who will let our rogues in to assassinate him.
We could potentially set up another parley. This time we'll be prepared.
Do we know who's who's his second in command?
His name is Captain Swamptread.
Captain Swamptread. We need to find a way to meet with this man, this frog.
Well, he is the nephew of old Lord Slurp and was presumably the next to be in line. Had everything went smoothly with his uncle's reign. Alas, it didn't. So he's pretty, pretty salty about the situation.
This guy is prime material.
Do the slaves have any information in the place since they were there for a while?
One more time.
Do the slaves have any information since they were in there for a while?
Two of the slaves were recently captured, and they took off on their own once they got here to Hallwart. One slave was the one that kind of told everyone of the Leech Queen, and I don't remember what happened to him. And then
Kind of just wandered off.
Yeah, he took off into the crowd. And then the last guy was like this toothless rat that kind of looked emaciated and pale. And he was brought into the police department for attacking somebody. And when they brought him in and were putting him in a cell, he transformed into a giant critter-sized slug, to which the guards effectively killed.
They stabbed the shit out of it.
Well, speaking of slaves, that's a great idea. This Lord Croak doesn't know me or Russell or sorry, who's your
Tuco.
Tuco. So maybe we could get captured as slaves, make our way and make sure that the guards are out so that our rogues can slip in and maybe we can, as slaves, talk to this Captain Swamptread to help us.
Well, I don't know on that one, mate. Once you're a slave, the old frogs aren't much for listening.
I gotta go. It's a fire drill right now.
All right, so Drake
Okay.
got the shits.
I remember
Yeah.
those. Good old dorm life.
Oh, that's crazy.
Dude,
Alright.
people come out like they were in the shower and stuff. And they have to go outside, stand around everybody.
That sucks. Anybody have any questions for the constable or anything?
That sounds like a great plan if you're willing to put yourself in a potentially dangerous situation.
Well, I can. One of the things I'm sure would be a logical thought is that if there was some sort of like distraction, the vanguard would be led by Swamptread because Lord Croak doesn't really care for him, so he'd be sent out to die first.
Yeah, we can set up a little distraction for him to come and investigate.
Maybe Drake and myself could man the distraction team since he knows us.
True.
And then
I mean, you guys can split the party. That's fine. There's quite a bit of stuff to do against 200 men.
yeah, I mean the distraction team would just be running basically. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Well, yeah, we need to do a distraction and then lure him into an ambush where we can corner him and talk to him, basically.
Yeah, I like that plan.
Yeah, that's solid.
To the south.
I'm in 3, so maybe I can like run and then have him chase me.
Perfect.
The area to the south here is it's not densely wooded, but there are trees. Pretty. There's a lot of trees, but it is kind of swampy. So there are kind of hills and low spots where it's wet. If you guys are going to set up an ambush or something like that, I'd kind of give you guys free reign on how you want the terrain to be for your ambush and how you would lure him in.
Where's the frog camp?
They are about 2 miles south of here. They've been marching like a mile a day, pretty slow through the swamplands with a horde. Or I don't know, indefinite amount. It's like 2 days from here.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder what we could do to distract them that would be like threatening enough for them to need to come investigate.
I'm pretty good with a bow. I mean, I just fling an arrow at a guard. I don't know if that would actually get their attention that much.
Yeah. Let's see. Do they? Maybe if we like. Yeah. Do they have anything that's critical to them?
In terms of like resources or culture?
Yeah.
Resources.
Both.
They can't go without water for very long. They've come off the river kind of a ways, so they're kind of just trying to bum rush Hallwart to get to the river on the other side of it, which is on like the other side of town.
Okay. Does anyone know how to drain a swamp?
I had an uncle once.
Not off the top of my head, no.
Maybe we can kidnap one of their slaves. That might offend them enough.
So we're trying to lure
They're-
just the
they're-
lieutenant. No, the
I
captain.
mean, he'll have some guys with him,
Yeah.
presumably. You could probably
Does he
just
have any-
sneak off into the woods and wait for him to send out like a patrol or something.
Yes.
Would he be patrolling?
Then we take out his patrol, so they'd send reinforcements, and he'd probably back him up.
True that. Let's do it. That's a great idea.
I'm game.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
How long were fire drills roughly, Carson?
Probably, I don't know, not that long, 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
Enough for them to walk through the building and make sure everybody's out. And
The constable kind of like flicks his whiskers at you, and there's a twinkle in his eye. That sounds like a pretty good plan. Are there any resources that I can acquire for you before your journey? When will you be taking off?
I'm gonna need
We can
gold.
We can use a scrawny man, use his bait, so I think he's a slave, like someone like an slave.
Give us a holy man.
I don't think I can justifiably give you a civilian to.
Give us a guard. Well,
My guards are not expendable.
We'll save him. We're gonna use him as bait. He'll be all right.
It will be okay. One of us can be used as bait. As long as the others jump in on the patrol, it'll be fine.
How about you, old commissioner?
Constable, sir. I'm constable.
Yeah, we'll use you bait.
I'll be the bait.
Oh,
There you go.
When I get close, I can fog out, hide. You guys run in and attack before they get into the fog. It'll give me cover.
Perfect.
Well,
I'll
I
be too
say,
distracted.
if you don't need anything from me, I'm sure you could handle making your preparations on your own.
The only thing, in order to make my fog, I need a fine bottle of wine.
Waitress, bottle of wine.
I'm gonna keep
He kind of like, he does it himself.
yeah, I need a Bloody Mary too.
Okay, here's a Bloody Mary.
Yeah. So you got a pickle, a piece of bacon in it?
Some sausage, a hamburger.
Yeah, they
Well,
do
that's-
that, man.
I only drink mead.
Oh, well.
Her
You ever
Randall
tried to
drinks
play? I drink it all, man. There ain't no shame in drinking a little grog.
So, what time do you guys want to start this ambush?
Well, we probably need to go up and like find a clearing or something.
Maybe what if we started a fire at night within eyesight of their camp?
Yeah, I didn't know if fire would be as like menacing in a swamp environment.
That is true.
Please make them investigate if they thought it was like a campfire.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's like a campfire.
Oh, yeah, that sounds reasonable for sure.
Then, yeah, not to throw a wrench in it or anything, but
So, a kind of a how a lot of density of trees? Is this like on a hill, bottom of a hill?
How long will it take us to get to their camp? 2 days?
A day. Oh, they'll probably be moving this way, so about a day.
Okay, so we're probably going to want to wait until like night, right?
Yeah, probably.
When they're just 1 day away from Hallwart.
Crunch time.
We got those. We might have
So
to
there's
leave,
some
though.
dry land here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they're kind of on the edge of the swamp at this point.
Yeah.
You know, spending their last night in the swamp, and then they'll leave in the morning or whatever, and we can.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and then we can kind of somewhere on the outlier of the swamp.
We
Yeah.
probably need to, when we get close, like look for tracks to see if they've been patrolling a certain area and how many are in a patrol. Can we roll like a
Yeah, I'd give you a survival check and be able to get a.
survival? Anyone good? Everyone search for tracks. 17.
So Stubbs, your familiar kind of like moves a branch and it reveals like a broken twig, and you can kind of something has been.
You're cutting out. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Righto. So basically, your party is seeing what appears to be like some sort of scouting party tracks, something that's not used to walking on like firm ground. They're breaking twigs. They're breaking, like leaving scrapes on the tree bark and stuff like that. You can see that there's probably 4 or 5 of them.
And this is in the swamp or just outside?
It's like the mixture of both. It's like the intermediate ground.
Okay.
Can we tell how long since they've been here at all?
Probably about 2 hours.
And what time of day is it?
I'm gonna say that you guys it's like dusk.
Okay.
We
And
kind of fast traveled into the woods here, but that's all right.
before we get too far into this, were you thinking about waiting for Connor?
Yeah, we can. That's probably not a bad
Fine.
idea.
Maybe take a 10-minute break and see if he's back or not.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do.
I
mean, yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, we don't want to jump too far ahead.
Yeah.
So let's take
That's crazy.
let's take a 5.
Okay. Maybe.
All right.
Yeah. We'll send him a message on
Sounds good.
Messenger, see if we can get an update from him or something.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go smoke a cig then. So I'll be
That
back.
sucks.
All right.
Well, apparently the fire drill that Connor experienced a real fire. So don't know if he will be back anytime soon. Safety is the important thing here. So
Were you addressing the audience?
yeah,
Is this showing my picture? When?
no.
No? God, that's irritating.
Might call it an early one today.
Is he alive? Was it a real fire?
Yeah,
It was a real fire?
apparently.
What?
Storm life.
You got a party going on at your house, Baron?
Yeah.
At least you weren't in the shower.
Bunch of chicks over there.
Dude, they keep like coming in here. Like,
Do
go away.
they?
You're such a fucking nerd.
They're like, you playing D&D? Like, yeah, go away. Fucking nerd.
You're a damn nerd.
So what do we do? What if his stuff burns down?
Oh no, I guess the fire trucks are there. He'll be
And brick and mortar building, he'll be alright.
Do you like have to get dorm insurance or something for your like stuff like renter's insurance?
No, you get screwed. You might be able to.
You get
Like-
screwed.
Even like if the fire happened on the top floor and the sprinklers came on, everything, every floor underneath would be screwed. That's the one thing they always talked about when. And,
So like instead of getting out, you're gonna try to gather your things because fuck that.
Right, your thousands of dollars of college textbooks.
well, he exited the browser, so maybe he took his laptop. I don't know if he has a laptop.
Put it somewhere where it would stay dry.
Right.
Well, would we like to still confront Lord Croak, or would we like to pursue other endeavors? We still haven't talked about anyone's like personal goals here, so
Oh shit, that's a big cat.
my co-DM here. Oh no. Cats, dude.
I'm just kind of going with the flow. Don't have much direction in life since I was banished.
From
Since we're what?
I don't like to talk about it that much, but I was banished kind of from my home for being a weasel. Not like the literal physical weasel, but like a social weasel.
Like a sneaky little fucking
Randall.
devil.
Yeah. For being Randall.
Righto. What do you guys want to do?
Should probably start a fire. It's getting dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say we proceed and try to capture Lord Croak without our bard and hope that he rushes in at the perfect moment to save the day, which is
We made a
what
campfire.
that freaking bearded lizard is apt to do.
Yep,
We made a
sounds like it.
campfire and he ran away.
He just didn't make it out here for some reason. So you guys managed to light a fire, and you can see their fires on the horizon, and it's probably about 8 o'clock.
You know this fire will attract attention.
Yeah. What is your guys' plan here?
I'm gonna throw a dead pine tree in it.
Hey, Christmas tree from last year.
Yeah, the Christmas tree from last year.
Is there any chance that I can get on top of a tree and see if I see anybody roaming around?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me an investigate. Give me an athletics and an investigation.
Let me do
He's a
this.
squirrel, right?
Yeah, I
What's
get
that?
pretty climbing speed.
Yeah, I guess if you have climbing speed, you should be able to just climb up this tree, right?
So you said athletics, right?
Skip the athletics. Just give me an investigation.
Alright. That was an 11.
All right, so it's getting kind of dark, and maybe that, I guess not necessarily dark, but the sun's hitting the horizon and making it very hard to see in the direction of the camp. They are to the east of you, so there's kind of a shadow on the area behind you.
Alrighty, I'll get down and I'll let the guys know. I couldn't really see anybody, but there's a shadow over there. What was the direction?
To the east.
To the east.
Anybody?
Okay, well, I reckon we better hide somewhere while Russell stays here in the middle to lure them in.
He's being let back in. If you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it. So yeah, go ahead and kind of set up your ambush here. And
Randall, I want you to point out Captain Swamp Tread to me, and I'll make sure that he stays here, and hopefully we can run the rest of the soldiers off.
Okay. I will use my disguise kit and try to appear as like just a lowly old villager.
okay, you managed. You guys have some supplies with you, so you maybe have some like tattered clothes to put on. Is there anybody? Are you all staying by this fire? Where are you going to position yourselves for this ambush?
I definitely want to be outside of the radius of the fire.
The tree nearby if possible, so that way I can look, but I'm far enough that if they won't see me.
Okay.
Yeah, hiding in
I'm gonna
some
act like
bushes, spread out.
I'm gonna act like I'm scared and alone sitting at this fire. Kind of like
Random.
blanket wrapped up, like.
So probably 30 to 40 minutes goes by, and you hear a rustling coming from the east. What are your passive perceptions?
My mic was muted that whole time, but it's what 10 plus proficiency plus perception.
If you're proficient in perception. It's
Okay.
8.
18.
11.
Or it might be 10.
18.
10. You say 18?
Yeah.
How?
All right. So
I got +6 plus a +2 proficiency.
he's a rogue.
I'm a rogue. I've got plus.
I took expertise in it.
So did I.
I got +6 in mine.
Wait, I got +4 without.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I'm not. Okay. I'm gonna stop talking now. Yeah, I'm at like 14.
So Russell, before anyone else, Russell, you hear something coming from the east there. What do you do?
Can I tell how far away it is?
Probably 20 feet.
20 feet. 20 feet from me.
From like the radius of this campfire. You don't want to tell anybody, or you just want to?
Can I make a perception check to see if I can tell what it is?
Sure. I would say it's more of an investigation check.
Investigation. Natural 20.
So you're able to kind of like catch the glint of one of their like patchwork chainmail armor off your fire. Looks to be like, from what you can tell, 4 or 5 guards, patrolmen,
4 or 5
scouts.
guards.
We have like a safe word, like a.
You'll
Everybody
just see
take
me.
cover.
You'll see me cast my fog cloud.
Well, they're still outside of like this fire circle of light.
I'm gonna wait until you get a little bit closer because we're kind of in the clearing, right?
Yeah.
They're watching for me.
Yeah.
Okay. When I get within 10 feet of me, I'll cast my fog cloud. I'll just
Well,
act oblivious until then.
Once they break the tree line, you can hear their and they're kind of splitting up and trying to circle around you. You see that everybody sees this at this point. There's 3 of them with spears and 2 of them with nets.
I'll cast my fog cloud now.
Well,
And then
before you cast your fog cloud, is there anything anyone else wants to do?
I was gonna suggest that we see if we can try and surround them.
can I make out with if the swamp chuds here?
You have never
Well, I
seen
recognize
him,
Well,
so
I
you would
recognize
not
it from
recognize him.
war.
But these
sort of
don't look like decorated, or like they look like scouts.
Okay. We gotta keep one alive. Well, that's what I'm thinking to myself. I can't yell it out.
I'm just gonna stay back and make sure, because I know I can see him coming now, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make sure I stay outside of their perimeter. I don't know if you want me to roll a stealth check to make,
Yeah, anybody that's hiding right now should probably roll a stealth check.
$19.
Anything above a 10 will succeed.
16. Okay. What are you laughing about, Jose? Yeah, I'm good. I'm stealth.
What everybody else get? You can put them in the chat if you want.
Are you? Oh, Phil put his in chat. Whew.
So you all managed to safely avoid detection as they're pretty transfixed on this lone traveler here. So Taylor, you said as when they get close enough, you want to cast fog. Is there anyone else that wants to prepare an action or anything like that before?
So would I recognize Swampfoot? If
Probably. He was probably one of the frogs that got put to sleep.
okay. So like the last encounter I had with these frogs.
Yeah.
I'd recognize him from that. And do I see him in this group of scouts?
No, you do not. No.
Okay. All right.
Nothing has been burned down.
Ready, my
and
son.
returned.
Hey, there it is.
What'd you say, Jose?
Can I ready my slingshot, like just hold it back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna ready my bow.
I'll do that.
We should fill
All
them
right,
in really quick.
Connor. So the party is in the woods, a little short ways away from Lord Croak's camp. They are ambushing a patrol to try and lure out this Captain Swamp Tread. They left. It was either under the assumption that you came with, or you could show up later. That's up to you.
I probably went with.
Okay. So right now, everyone is hidden in the trees around this fire that they have lit. Russell is wrapped in some rags, huddled by the fire, and 5 of the Mossback tribe scouts are entering the light radius of this fire within view. Everyone is hidden, so if you want to be hidden, roll a stealth check for me. You're looking to beat a 10.
Or
I have my fog cloud readied, or if they draw their attention away from me, or if they move in the 10 feet radius.
I got a grand total of 7.
Okay, so in your mind, how are from these soldiers?
I'm probably hiding in a bush, like just on the edge of the radius of light, since I can't see in the dark. I don't think.
Well, I mean, you can see them. They are within the area that's illuminated.
Yeah. I'm probably hiding in a bush, just trying my best to stay out of sight, but then I probably make a noise or something that attracts their attention.
Okay. So maybe you sit on a twig or see a tasty fly, a cricket or something. You make a little bit of noise. 3 of them have spears and 2 have nets. So one with the spear has kind of turned on you, and I'm gonna need some initiative.
Can I drop my fog cloud as my ready action?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We'll go through all the ready actions in the beginning. Post your initiative in chat.
$23. What is that?
I rolled a second nat 20 in a row on separate dice.
add my initiative to it.
Okay, so Taylor, you're at the top of the initiative order, but your attack was ready, so you can go ahead and cast fog. The area is filled with fog now.
Okay, and then I'll use my movement to jump 30 feet in the air. And you said he's noticed by someone with a net.
Your what?
I'm gonna use my my jump to jump 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
So that way I'm just over the fog cloud. And you said he was noticed by how many people?
5.
Oh, he was noticed by all of them?
Oh, yeah, he was noticed by all of them.
Okay. Are any of them in particular going for him in general?
One with a spear.
Oh, with a spear. I'll start gliding in that direction for my turn. And that'll be it for me.
Okay. What is the effect of this fog? Is it blinding or does it reduce?
It's
Vision is obscured.
So
yeah,
it's
vision
disadvantage on attack rolls?
Yeah. Anything that has to deal with sight.
Okay. So you're flying towards Drake.
Yeah.
Randall, what are you doing? Your mic's muted.
I had a bow ready. I don't know if you heard me say it though.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Taylor was going to cast fog, so I didn't know if
What did fog do again? I didn't hear it.
it obscures your vision, so roll
Mine?
with disadvantage.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll fling that arrow anyways.
Who exactly are you flinging it at?
Okay, so what are they, let's say, walking into the campfire from the south?
Yep. There's like a radius of them. I'm using radius a lot today. Spear guy, net, spear guy, net, spear guy.
I'll shoot at the closest net guy.
Okay.
Back.
Go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
18. Wait, no, it'd be 12 with disadvantage.
Bummer.
Okay.
So you hear the thump of your arrow kind of entering the mud.
Can they tell where it came from?
They cannot see you now. And you can disengage and hide as a bonus action, I think, as being a thief.
I believe that.
Every rogue
Yeah.
has that at some point.
It's cunning action, second level.
There
So
you go.
yeah, I'll just hide again. Maybe
Give me a stealth with advantage.
it's well over 20.
Okay. No, you're well hidden.
Can I use movement still?
Yeah.
Maybe move a touch closer.
Okay. So next is the platoon here. One of the net guys that Carson shot at, that is the net soldier that kind of went towards where Russell was, and he's kind of thrown his net on the fire and trying to put that out. The other spear guy that was moving towards Drake, he is kind of moving over to that position, but he doesn't have a clear view of you, so he's going to roll with disadvantage twice. His bite attack missed. And what's your armor class? Drake?
You're muted, Drake. Or
Tell me what the number is first.
9.
All right, yes, that misses.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure you told me the number first because cutting word says I can't use it if it's already determined a hit or not.
Fair enough. So he kind of just stabs where he thinks you are, and you hear maybe the bushes rustle next to you, and maybe some sweat forms on your brow. And at this time, you cannot see the positions of the other ones clearly. They haven't made any attacks, but they might have moved. So that brings us to Connor.
So, first thing I'm going to do, that frog who tried to stab me, he needs to make a wisdom save or else be affected by Crown of Madness.
Okay. What am I trying to beat?
You are trying to beat 13.
He rolled a 14. So what was the spell Chronic Madness? How would you have casted that?
I would probably have brought out my drum, drew my claws across it, going one way, then going the other, in sort of a hypnotic rhythm to try and lull him under my control.
Okay. So maybe his croaking is disrupting the hypnotic pattern as he just manages to avoid Chronic Madness.
And with my bonus action, I'd like to make an offhand attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to stab him with a rapier.
Go ahead. And
Not a
give me an attack.
rapier, a longsword.
Whichever.
Disadvantage?
No, he's right next to you.
Okay. So that would be a 23 to hit.
That is a definite success.
And that... Wait. No, it would have to be dagger, not longsword, because offhand is only light weapons. So that'd be 2 damage.
All right, so you just kind of like graze his arm a bit. You see you feel the warm splash of his blood on your hand, but it's not. I guess not a splash, more like the sprinkle. And he kind of pulls back. So next is Philip, if you're done, Connor. So Philip, what is Stubbs up to?
Yeah, is there one kind of near me?
Where are you positioned in relation to them? You can pretty much be wherever you want.
Yeah, basically, if they were coming in, I would be probably close to where they were coming in. So if they were surrounding...
you might even be
Russ.
behind them then.
Yeah, exactly. But if I can see one with the fog...
You can see kind of like their faint shadows in between you and the fire.
Okay, so I want to tell my buddy Bumble to go and sting one. And now I want to go and grab one and use Fey Presence on him.
I forgot about Fumble, dude. The
Yeah,
hardest member of the team.
Bumble's badass.
Roll an attack with Bumble.
Okay. 16.
That is a success.
Bumble just, he probably hears the buzzing of and feels the wind of a huge, it feels like a bird as it passes by first and then comes back around and stings him for 5 damage, and he has to roll a Constitution DC 11 save or be poisoned.
He also rolled a 14.
Okay, so he's not
15
poisoned.
with mod. So yeah, they have
It takes 5 damage.
some bug
Oh, they're
problems
immune to
there in the
poison?
south. So
Oh.
he probably has dealt with some stuff like this before.
It was
That was
probably risky. He probably tried to lash his tongue out at one
Yeah.
or something, but it
It
missed
stung
and he
in
came
the
back and
mouth.
stung him. Yeah.
And then you wanted
then-
to grab one.
I
I'm
want-
going to say that's probably the same one.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely the same one. And then after that happens, I want to go up behind him and grab him and cast Fey Presence, so it just goes dark and he hears my voice is really buzzing induced, and he has to roll a Wisdom DC 12.
You rolled an 8.
Nice. So he is going to be frightened, and I'm basically just going to tell him to run to Captain Swamp Tread and tell him to come here and just release him and
Throw
hopefully
him on the ground.
yeah. And Bumble's bzzz,
What, bitch?
chasing him. Yeah.
What?
Menacingly.
Bumble flies in his ear.
All right, so that
Came to
brings
the
us
wrong neighborhood, motherfucker.
to the bottom of the order. If you're done, Philip, with Jose. What is Tuco?
See any of them or no?
You can see some faint shadows. If you are making a slingshot, it'll be rolling with disadvantage.
Well, I mean, I already like readied it, so I might as well see what happens.
Do it up. Give me 2 attack rolls and take the lower one of the 2. What'd you get?
17.
All right, so that is a hit. You managed to whip the sling at this toad. Which toad were you aiming at?
The one with the spear that was going after Connor. I mean,
Okay. So go ahead and roll me some damage.
It was an 8.
All right, so the one you hit, you pegged him like right in the eye, and it's like blown out his eye socket. So he's croaking out in some pain here. You also can move up to 30 feet, either climbing or walking.
You can rage.
You can rage. It's a little late now. So pretty much anything that's not like you're doing something, you can still do during your turn.
I'm moving closer, but I'm only moving like 15 feet.
Okay, so maybe just climbing down the tree a little bit.
Yeah,
Maybe getting to a new tree.
pretty much close enough where I'm close to the group.
Okay. That brings us back to the top of the order with Russell.
All right. It says my flying ability that I'd be landing this turn, and I believe he was close enough for me to land on top of. I'm gonna
Yeah.
strike him with my rapier.
Okay. Go ahead and give
So I
me.
have,
You can have an inspiration point for that.
oh yeah.
So give
Am I
me.
rolling with disadvantage or no?
Yeah.
That's 14.
14 is a miss, but actually, what was your bigger one?
Inspiration?
Yeah, you can use. I'm gonna say that was just a successful hit because he's kind of croaking out, and you got a 14 as your low die. So,
My high die was like a 20.
yeah, you probably would have hit him.
Okay, so 1d8 plus 2. 8, right? That is a 4 damage.
That is enough to land the final blow. So go ahead and describe that to us.
As I was falling to it, I just stabbed him like down the chest with my rapier, and then pulled out as I land, feet first on the ground.
I think a little bit of the blood, more of the blood, kind of lands on our bearded dragon friend here.
They kind of like flicked my sword as I pulled it out. Flung it his way.
Spray it all over everything.
Yeah.
Spare them if you can. They're bargaining chip.
All right. And I do believe
Well, it's a little late for that one. We'll get to that.
I'm gonna try to hide in the fog.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Natural 20. What the fuck?
Yeah, you fade from existence. So that brings us to Randall.
All right, so I'm currently stealth, sneaking. I'm hiding behind a rock or a tree or something. Dude, there's 4 left. No, 3 now because one ran back to.
He will be on his turn.
Okay.
So there is 2 net guys and a spear guy, but the net guy is kind of fucking with this net that's on fire right now.
Okay. I guess, do they have anything on them, on their belts?
Not that you can see from your vantage point.
And their weapons are in their hands?
Correct.
All right, well, I'm going to sneak attack the guy that's messing with the
net.
fire. Yeah.
Okay. So that'll cancel out your disadvantage. What weapon are you using? Short sword or short bow?
Short sword.
All right.
Well,
So yeah,
okay. Well, I'm going to use the bow if
it'll just be a standard roll.
a standard roll. Yeah, I'll do the bow then. So I'm gonna miss.
Okay. So you miss. Maybe your arrow lands on the fire and kicks up some cinders into the air. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Disengage if it's possible.
Yeah, give me another stealth check with advantage.
I got it. 18, more than 18.
Yeah. So that brings us to the patrol. As Philip casts this guard to the ground, he hits with a thud, and you hear him scramble to his feet and kind of like of his web feet on the ground running away. In the darkness, those of you not around Drake kind of heard the thud of a body and like the screech of a sparrow coming to strike. You can kind of make out the shadows of where the other two are. It's kind of hard to tell, but there is one by the fire. So that brings us to Philip. No, Connor. I'm sorry.
No worries. So I'm going to cast Suggestion, and I'm going to choose which shadow can I make out more clearly, if that makes sense.
He appears to be holding something in two hands.
All right. I'm going to put tap 2 fingers on the right side of my drum and 2 fingers on the left side. And I'm going to cast Suggestion.
You can
and
have a
my
point
sentence
of inspiration for that.
is going to be, reveal yourself to us. He gets to make a wisdom save.
Of 11?
He got an 11?
Yeah.
Then he failed.
Okay. So you hear the shadow in front of you rah, 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 croaking uncontrollably.
Awesome.
Philip?
So they don't speak further.
They do, but they also speak frog.
Oh.
Yeah, so which one is croaking uncontrollably?
The one that is now closest to Drake, and it is a spear frog.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cast the mage armor on myself, and I'll send Bumble over to sting that guy that's croaking, hopefully to shut him up. 16.
16 hits.
Nice. 3 points and
Those are
Constitution.
DPS again. Feels like the first session.
Yeah, exactly. He's a stinging and biting machine.
He rolled a 9.
Ooh. Okay, so he is poisoned. Doesn't really.
How does poison work?
I forgot. I'm going to look that up right now. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm looking it up as we speak.
It's not like they take a hit point dice every turn or some shit like that. Hit point dice for the damage.
Poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay. Wow, he's fucked.
Damn straight.
All right, so you casted mage armor on yourself.
Correct. And
Alright.
a swarm of bees much smaller than Bumble come around me and kind of just like are shielding me. Yeah.
All right, so that brings us to Jose. What is Tuco? Now that he's a little bit closer, you can hear the one frog as he gets stung is croaking out. There's one by the fire, and a shadow you can kind of make out farther from you.
I want to look up and start rubbing my little totem on my neck and let out like a little howl. And then all of a sudden you feel like everybody feels like a warmth from my wolf spirit. And as that happens, I just run at the guy who's croaking out and try to hit him with my club.
Okay. You can take a point of inspiration for that.
And I rolled a d20, right?
Correct.
Let's see. Okay, I got a 19.
19 will hit.
And damage was 6.
All right. So the one you hit, you've kind of beaten to the ground. He is kind of cowering beneath you at this moment in time.
Such power.
Such ferocity, such rage.
This is a defining moment for
For Tuco, what does he do with the power?
Tuco.
Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I don't know, I guess like put my foot on his chest.
We'll go for a grapple check next turn. So that's top of the order with Russell.
All right. Is there any that are near allies in this fog, like close to me? Like any enemies?
Kind of like in a triangle is you, Drake, and Tuco. And then on the other side of the fire are the other two.
And Tuco's next to one, and Drake is next to one.
Yeah.
Is the one next to Drake fleeing or no?
That was the one that is like cowering on the ground.
Okay.
How long does your fog last? Oh, Jesus.
If I remember correctly, it's either a minute, an hour, or
It's an hour,
when
depending
a
on the
stiff
wind.
breeze comes.
Yes, the stiff breeze can blow it away.
Well, it's pretty stagnant here in the swamp.
So, I'd like to sneak attack the one next to Drake, right?
Yeah, the one cowering
Yeah,
on the
that's
ground.
Yeah, it's my rapier. I'm gonna sneak up next to that motherfucker. That's a 16 plus 4, 20. The hit. I'm guessing that hits.
Yeah, 20's a hit.
That's a 8 for damage.
So this is the one you were attacking was on the
Oh, yeah.
ground, correct?
And I got plus 6 for my sneak attack.
Are you sure you don't want to attack a different one?
No, it was the one next to Drake, right? Not the one that's on the ground.
That is the one that's next to Drake.
Oh, yes, a different one. Sorry.
All right, so you like leap across the fire and tear into this guy, and your strike lands true as you topple him over. He's dead.
Sick.
Kakama.
That was probably the one with the net fucking with the fire.
Yeah. Just stabbed him right to the back. That was hurt.
The back of his heart. What's your guys'
Yeah,
name,
to his
Taylor?
back. He was hurt. Russell.
Okay. See, I thought Baron was just messing up my name the whole time.
No, no. I let out like a bird screech as I shove it through him. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Nothing.
So there's just the one cowering, and then there's the one net guy that hasn't been seen or hit rather, and that brings us to Randall.
Do I have an idea where he's at?
Nah, I mean sorta, yeah.
I don't know.
If you sneak attack, it would just be a normal attack.
All right. Well, I would like to maybe use. Like, does he have pants on?
No.
Oh Jesus! Is he some kind of savage?
Yes.
Some bullfrog back out there.
Do frogs have genitals?
Yes.
It's like a worm, man.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna sneak attack him.
All right. Give me an attack roll.
I'm gonna get up and dirty with my short sword. Get in the grit, because obviously my reputation as an archer is like out the door right now.
Forget you got advantage to roll.
Honestly, my reputation as a warrior at all.
Your reputation is not very good.
I got.
I'm trying to show that you don't just with a bow.
I got 12.
A 12 will miss.
Yeah. So, so I'm gonna roll backwards.
Okay. With a disengage.
Yeah, with the disengage.
I was gonna say, doesn't he get a advantage to attack since I got the totem with the wolf?
I don't know. You tell me.
Is that what that does? No,
Well, if it's within sight, he really didn't have sight of it.
It's
Yeah.
how I remember it's within 5 feet.
Yeah, it
It
says
works like pack tactics.
well, I attacked with my short sword.
I mean, is it within
Like
5
within
feet of the
5 feet.
teammate?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not within 5 feet of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can probably look it up.
Sorry.
That brings us to. Yeah, it's within 5 feet. That brings us to the frogs. The one on the ground, he pulls a dagger from his belt, and he goes to attack Tuco, but he is at severe disadvantage because he is on the ground. Tuco, your armor is higher than an 8, correct?
16.
Yeah, so he like maybe goes to stab your foot and you pull your foot paw back. And the net guy comes out of the fog here, Carson, and he can't attack you, you disengaged. He's gonna throw the net at you, Philip, and try and entangle you. So go ahead and give me a dexterity save. You're not gonna beat a 14.
21.
21. So he maybe like trips over the body of his comrade as he's throwing it and kind of just tosses it callously on the ground. He's kind of salt with himself, I guess is how I would say it.
You clumsy oaf.
And that brings us to Connor, Drake.
All right. So I'm pulling out the MVP cantrip from the ghost fight. I'm gonna vicious mockery him. I'm going to say, you clumsy oaf. It's bad enough that you tried to ambush one person with 5, but now you can't even catch one person on your own.
All right, give me some damage. Those are deep. Those are hurtful.
He needs to make a wisdom save.
17.
That makes it.
So maybe seeing his buddy on the ground, he really doesn't care what you got to say. Is there anything else you would like to?
Nope.
All right, that goes to Philip.
Okay. So, yeah, this creature that just threw the net at me. Yeah. I'll go ahead and poison spray him.
Okay, I don't believe that has an accuracy. I have to roll a con save.
Yep, DC 12.
I rolled an 11.
Oh, dang, you take... Oh, just 2 points. Poison damage.
So maybe, he's also kind of used to these kind of secretions in the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one that is already poisoned?
No.
Oh, okay.
That one is cowering at Tuco's feet right now. Well, traitory. Tuco.
I guess,
so this guy
wait,
just
can I have...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can have bubble attack.
Sting this guy too? Nice. He misses.
Okay. So, Tuco, this guy just took a stab at you. Beat his ass.
Bash him in the head with my club.
All right, give me an attack roll. I'd say you were right on him, so you can probably have advantage.
He's about to Negan this motherfucker.
10.
What was that?
A 10.
10 will not hit. So maybe he rolls away from your club.
And I'll move back like 3 steps.
Okay.
Oh, come on. This DM, I swear to God.
Who was that, Carson? Can you tell by the arm?
I think it's Carly. I don't know. I didn't see the arm. I saw Carly in the picture a second ago.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, my girlfriend's here. So what just happened? I'm sorry.
Tuco moved back 3 feet or something.
Right. Okay. So that brings us to the top of the order with Russell.
All right. I'm going to. Jesus, that's far. I'm going to use my chilling touch and kind of like raise a skeletal hand out of the ground. Well, yeah, a skeletal hand out of the ground and try to grapple or attack the one that took us in the ground.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Range attack.
What do I do? Do I roll that or do you?
I do. It's a 15.
It'll hit.
It takes 4 damage, necrotic damage.
That is enough to put it over the edge.
Yeah, Carly.
So Taylor,
Oh my
describe
gosh.
to us how you would have killed this thing.
This hand pops out of the ground and like grabs it by the back of his neck from underneath of him, and just kind of like pulls his head down to the ground. Just like it was nothing, just leaves it buried.
Okay. Ostriches his ass.
Yeah. Is there another one still alive?
Go get something to eat. Yeah, there's one left.
Alright, I'm gonna just hide, use my bonus section. Another nat 20, what the fuck?
Gone.
That's 4 so far.
So, what's up? That brings us to Randall. Yeah, if you guys could Randall, what are you doing?
DM is making my experience terrible. I'm just kidding. So 2 alive still?
One
alive. I'm just gonna walk up to one of his friends' corpses. I'm gonna yell, "This Frogman!" I'm gonna get his attention. I'm gonna decapitate one of the bodies.
Give me an athletics check.
Right. I am like 6.
So you just kind of hack into this frog's face.
Is there any reaction from?
He can't really see you.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Well.
Is the one that got frightened away, is he gone now?
Yeah, he's been gone.
Okay.
Disengage. I should have just attacked him. Jesus.
So the one that's left, he's kind of surrounded right now, so he's looking to make a run for it, and he runs right into Tuco. Tuco, that provokes an attack of opportunity out of you, so go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Good luck, buddy.
What you got?
14.
14 is not enough to hit, but I would say you caught this guy by surprise, so 14 will do it.
Am I still raging or did it go away?
I'm not sure how
Rage
long.
lasts for a minute or until you don't damage something.
So you'd still be raging.
I hit him for 6.
All right, so you smack him, and it kind of lays into his arm, and he has dropped his net. That brings us to Connor.
I'm going to use Vicious Mockery again and just laugh at him.
I'm just gonna psychologically abuse this guy.
3.
He's crying.
He takes 3 psychic damage, and he has disadvantage on his next action.
3 is actually enough to kill him.
Yeah.
So as you're making fun of him, he goes to scramble to get up, and he trips on his own net and falls directly onto his partner's spear point, ending his life.
God damn.
And that's how you bard.
That's how he barred. I'm thinking we're going to wrap it up here for the night. My girlfriend just got home, so as of right now, there is a messenger off to look for Captain Swamp Tread. Hopefully he relays the message, and you get the meeting you are looking for. Any
Thanks, dude.
any final thoughts for your characters before we sign off?
What if we bring any of that grog?
Jose, this was your second game. How'd you like it?
It's whose second game?
It's Jose's. I
Oh
believe.
shit! Like ever?
Yeah, I liked it. It was pretty fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Do we need to do outro? Can I just sign us off?
You just sign us off.
All right, guys. This was the boys over at our. No, yeah, don't worry about it, bro. That wasn't your fault at all.
Fucking college.
This is the boys over at RWD Gaming. We do a lot of tabletops and all sorts of shit. This was our playtest, our critter setting, being dubbed Fur and Fury right now. Hopefully we can get some more out to that in the future. Signing off. Check us out next time. If I can find the broadcast button.